What's up, everybody? My name's Fabian, and I'm starting this new channel to kind of just talk about spirituality, life, religion, logic, science, all of that. It's not going to be about just one thing. I'm kind of going to correlate it in very, you know, specific ways, but it ultimately connects to everything. Don't get misconceived by my examples, kind of thing. I'm not very good at speaking, so this is something that I'm trying to do to kind of help myself and kind of get my ideas out there, because I've, just kept it in my head most of my life, and I'm trying to push myself to do better. So let's just talk about a few things, just kind of start it off, kind of understand where I'm coming from. So I believe we're a vessel, like this physical body, right? This is your vessel, and most people can kind of understand that. But then now let's say, what is your soul? What is your soul? So your soul is something you can put into, because why else would you use the phrasing such as like, oh, your mom put soul into her food, so it tastes better, right? Or like you can also say your soul is your, like, what you're creating now, kind of thing. You're putting some sort of energy into something, right? And you're putting a piece of your soul into that thing. That's not necessarily always, don't think it's like a bad thing. That's sometimes a good thing, so we can become less dense, because you don't want all that baggage upon you. Now, what is a spirit, right? Or some correlated with God as well, and like something unseen. We can't see our spirit. We can't even really talk to it, but we know it's there. We know there's something more, right? Something greater or worse, and that's kind of what I think of as your spirit. Like it can sort of lead you in a certain direction at times, but ultimately your ego is not allowing you to hear it, right? Why do you think like people believe there's reincarnation, right? And there's a lot of evidence, or not really evidence, but it's unseen evidence to correlate, with reincarnation, right? But it's not generally accepted to believe in reincarnation, I suppose, because they don't want to come back, right? Maybe this was a bad experience for them, which is all your spirit really wants. It's just experience. It gets bored, if it keeps doing the same thing over, that's kind of like your hell, right? Why would your spirit want to keep doing it? It already did it. It's done. It knows the energies around it, and then your heaven would be like something new to your spirit, like, oh, that world has, chakra that I can see or something, or like a third leg or whatever, one-eyed beings kind of thing. And that's the same thing with like aliens. We can't see aliens, right? Or have not, I guess. So I guess I could be proved wrong, but I believe we will not see aliens because they are under a different light than us, kind of thing. So let's kind of talk about what light is. Well, light can also be considered as creation. God said, let there be light, right? And then it came out of the darkness. So it came out of the unseen, right? Because it was only black. And then once there's light, then you can see, correct? So with that instance, you can kind of infer that we only see what the sun is shining upon. You know what I mean? So then we get developed here. Our soul has ties here, or our spirit is tied here. Okay, well then let's kind of talk about what ties you down. What allows you to just, or not allow you to just, just go, right? It's, one is your vessel. Two, you still have things to experience or want to get done. And then another thing could be said Well, you had to get sucked into something, you know? You had to get pulled into something, like gravity, you know? Let's pretend you're like flying around, you know? And then you see a light. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go towards it, right? And then you start to understand what it is. Maybe you get lost into it. You tie some sort of emotion or weight. That's what's pulling you down, you know? And then it's kind of like a spiral. You know, it talks about this in science, and you know, it's a fluid. It's like water as well. That's what space is, you know. It's just like different bodies of water, and you get pulled down. And then what happens? You know, you come out of something because you went in something. You know, so you come out your mother. You know what I mean? It's it's kind of a lot to start to believe and understand, but like we'll get deeper into certain things. But you know, it's just kind of like you got to think about it. It's, you know, something is masculine. What is, you know, masculine is correlated with your body. You know, it's correlated with logical thoughts or something that you can see happening, right? And then there's feminine. Well, feminine you can't really see. You can't see inside of a womb. Now we can, because we developed some sort of alchemy upon it and some sort of way to see it by shining a certain light in it. Creation, you know? But before it's like unseen, it's like a portal. So like women are like space, right? Because this is like a portal. And when something, you know, goes in, you know, the sperm goes into the egg, or, you know, and then it starts growing, it develops there, it resonates with that portal, so it came out of it, you know, into that portal. And then that, you know, becomes a baby. And then at first, you know, the child, after, you know, it comes out, and then lights shine upon it, it gets a soul, or it gets consciousness, whatever you want to say. And what happens is that baby learns just only what you know. You know, whatever you teach it, that's what that baby's going to know, right? It's going to think of you as God. And you're going to think of it as that. Because you wouldn't want to kill it, you wouldn't want to harm it, right? Unless you're in like a lower vibration, or, you know, if you choose to, you know, whatever. Like, you don't know if that's right or wrong. I'm not going to tell you it's right or wrong. But, you know, and then that baby eventually starts to realize, like, you know, look at all the faults or the negatives that my parents have. And I don't want those negatives anymore. I want something new, right? And that's kind of the whole point of it. It's trying to find something new. It's trying to find something that it wanted to do or resonate with, right? That's, you know, everything seen can be tied to unseen. That's what we're trying to get at. You know, I don't necessarily always want to use my left brain because I have these emotions and thoughts and visions of what it could be or might be. But, you know, you can't feel that, you know, and you're not near me. But I'm trying to put some sort of myself into this video and trying to get across to you guys. It'll get easier. I'm sure it will. I'm really excited to do some of this, and, you know, I want to talk about angels and demons and what that means, and then, you know, just all of it. Where, like, how did God gain consciousness? What is God? You know, just kind of my views on it. And it's ever changing. If someone, you know, can change my mind or apply something new, that would be cool. That's part of the reason why I'm putting myself out there, to try to get new ideas and stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I don't know, maybe let me know what you want the next topic to be. I'm thinking maybe doing some sort of astrology thing and understanding, like, why astrology plays a part in our lives, and not just like, you know, oh, you're a Pisces, or oh, you know, all the misinterpretation of what astrology is. These horoscopes, not real, you know, they're only correlating a certain energy, and then you can do that with that what you will. It doesn't really matter. We'll get deeper into it, but yeah, I guess we'll do this again another time.